In this quick video, I'm gonna share a very simple flow that provides pre-qualification information for each lead that replies to a cold email outreach. So the objective here is their client wants to get more context for the leads reply to our cold email campaigns. So I'm now here in Lemlist, and this is a sample reply from one of our prospects. So basically, this prospect is interested to have a meeting with our client. So for that, we will take this reply and then put it into a clay table so that we could get more additional information out of the company of that prospect. So to do that, I'm now here in make.com because we will just create this to flow using first the Lemlist module, specifically the watch activities module, so that you will monitor any replies that come in. But take note, only consider the first reply that will came in so that we won't have to do any multiple enrichments if we detect multiple replies from the same prospect or company. And once we have that, we need a clay table in which we're gonna put in the information from that prospect. So I already created a clay table here, and what we need out of this clay table is the webhook URL. So we just go back to make.com and then create an HTTP request module and then copy and paste that URL and then check the method as post. The headers is content type, application JSON, and then don't forget that the body type should be raw and the content type is JSON. So for the content bodies, you just need to map out the custom fields that we need, specifically the lead information and the basic company information, like the company name, obviously. So once we have that, once you save that in make.com, all replies that will come in from that list will then be pushed to this workflow, and then this workflow will push daily information into this clay table. So just a quick overview of this clay table. You can now see that the custom fields from that lead is already mapped out, and we will just run a basic company enrichment column to get the company name, the company website, the industry, the head count, etc. And the next set of enrichments would be to have the average annual revenue of that company. So I just use multiple enrichments there. So this one is from HG Insights. And this tree is basically just a Google search query referencing sources like ZoomInfo, Crunchbase, and Owler. And then we will take those values, get the average revenue. Obviously, that will be in USD, but our client is in the UK. So what they want to have as a value is in British pounds. So I have it converted here. And the next set of enrichments is to determine whether the company is bootstrap, profit generating, VC back, or basically determining their funding source or funding stage. So the next set of enrichments is using Claygen, and we want to get the products or services that that particular company offers. Also get the number of customers that they have here, number of customers, and company maturity stage. You also want to get that the customer industries or the industries in which most of their customers are in. So let's say they are serving banks, financial services, governments, just like that. And we also want to get the customer size and then the geography, of course, the markets. And this enrichment is to gauge which product of that company would be relevant to our client's services or solutions. So, for a bit of a context, our client is a regulatory data provider for GRCs, RegTech, and legal tech. So, this basically enumerates all of the relevant products that our client services may be relevant to. And the last enrichment is just basically classifying whether those products are a direct core requirement or value add. And the last enrichment is a very simple prompt to answer the 7 pre-qualification questions that our client has outlined. So that's why we had a lot of company enrichments to get the revenue, the headcount, the number of customers, which stage that the company is in their business, because we want to answer these 7 pre-qualification questions. And the result out of that prompt is a very concise, in bullet point format, summary of information of that company, which will now serve as a pre-qualification information for our client. And that information will be pushed into a Google Sheets file just using this enrichment, lookup, add, or update row, which will automatically update the rows in that Google Sheet. So this is the Google Sheet that we use. And the client just looks up to the company that has recently replied. So it's yes at the bottom. If you'll scroll down. So yeah, this is the summary column right now. So yeah, that's it. That's just a very simple flow in which we take a lead reply to Lemlist, push it into make.com, and then push that into a clay table, do a bunch of enrichments. And then once we have the summary of the information, we'll now push in to the actual spreadsheet that the client used as reference. So hope this helps, and happy prospecting.